Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's talk with Margot Claybrooks. As promised this week, I wanted to bring to you core negative beliefs and the understanding of what core negative beliefs are. When I'm working with clients and the first few weeks of us working together, I like for clients to process through core beliefs and more so the harmful or negative core belief system. And I take them through that because I want individuals to understand where they show up and how they're showing up in the world that may have an impact on some of their relationships. And that's significant relationships, personal relationships, such as friendships, family, and also the professional relationships that you develop in your career, and then jobs. Um, Core negative beliefs stem from earlier childhood events, and we'll go through that. But just to give you a brief understanding of what a core negative or harmful belief is, it's a person's most central ideas and thoughts about themselves. It's the way that they view the world and see the world, so it's sort of a lens in which they navigate through life. Um, what happens is sometimes, let's take the thought that two people or three people can witness a situation, right? And within that same environment, everyone present in that same environment may have a different perspective on what actually happened. Core negative beliefs, it may be true, may not be true. The issue becomes when you have more harmful or negative core beliefs. There are rational core beliefs where you may have, let's give a scenario. So let's say two individuals, individual A and individual B. Individual A and B took an exam. They failed the exam, didn't do well. Individual A has a more harmful and negative core belief, and they have a belief system of being a failure. And so when they take the exam and they fail and they get the results, they say, of course, I knew I was going to fail. I'm a failure anyway, right? I knew I wasn't going to do well on this exam. And so that thought process then triggers a feeling. And then that feeling becomes depression, right? And then that depression becomes a particular behavior. And so when people are going through depressed mood, they have a difficulty at times to progress, right? Engage. They may become withdrawn. They may isolate themselves, become very sad. And so no changes are made, and what needs to be done in order to not fail the exam again. It's, I'm a failure. I knew I wasn't going to do too well. And so it is what it is kind of attitude. Then you have person B who believe, you know what, I'm capable. I'm perfectly capable if I put my best efforts. Right? They took the exam, they failed the exam, but although they did poorly, they have a feeling of maybe some disappointment. But then the behavior is, I know better. And so what I'll do is I'll plan to study before the test. And so that's more rational core belief where that although things may happen and you know that with effort that you can do well at something. And then there's the harmful or the negative core belief that I'm a failure. Another way that can look is going into an event and everyone's there, all friends, everyone's gathering. It's a nice social event, whether it's work related and or it's related just for just socially. And so you go to the event, you feel as if, or you have the harmful negative core belief that I am a failure. And so enter into the event, everyone's talking and vibing, as some of the young folks say, right? And everything's going well. But no one seems to directly be talking to you and asking about your interests, and you're not quite engaging as well. And so it's easy to feel that I'm a failure or I'm a loser, no one wants to talk to me. And so it's simple, it's easy, I get it, right? And so then, of course, the feeling, depression. Nobody gets me, I don't get along with anyone, no one likes me. And so, therefore, what happens is the behavior is I'm not going to go to another event. And so, when that happens, people, they tend to stay stagnated in life situations, right? And so, negative core beliefs is a lens in which one sees the world, right? Most negative core beliefs come from earlier childhood events. Um, Examples could be relationships with your parent. The first relationships that you do have is with your parents and your siblings, if you have siblings, uncles, aunts, grandparents, and those that are around you immediately, more so on a daily or consistently in your life. And in that environment, certain cues are picked up, and sometimes children they begin to develop a sense of emotions, emotional development, right? And sometimes what happens is kids may pick up that one parent may not be so emotionally connected, and so they may feel that they're the kid that their parents don't like, and they see their interaction with their parents and their other siblings, and it seems to be different. And so, although all of the siblings or children in the household are awarded the same resources, love, nurture, and support, everyone may have a different perspective on how they interacted and engaged with their parents. And so, if you have one parent who doesn't really know how to show emotional support, so one may grow up and feel that they're not loved, right? Or they're not good enough to be loved. Or one can have parents who push for striving for the best. All A's, you must have good grades or else. And so one may begin to feel that if I'm not succeeding, I am not good enough. And so what happens is you go into the world, you engage in the world, whether that's school, whether that's community, whether that's religion, and then socially. And then you also grow up to then interact and engage with significant others. And in those relationships, because you have that sense of I'm not good enough or I'm a failure, you'll come with certain elements that can have a negative impact on the relationship, meaning that there can be a disconnect in the relationship, challenges with, struggling with emotions and expressing emotions in your relationship, right? There can be a range of emotional conflict that happens. And when someone is entering into a relationship as such, they may have difficulty with getting along with their significant other or their partner. And some of the ways that show up is to not get hurt because you know that I'm not good enough or I'm a failure of some kind. You avoid emotional connections and ties. And so you can do things to sabotage the relationship so that it doesn't go well. So if I put myself in a situation, I'll avoid myself from getting hurt in the future. And so that type of behavior continues to go on in a relationship. Someone can become very withdrawn in relationships. When it comes to disagreements, they become withdrawn. And so it manifests in so many different ways and how it can interrupt the relationship. So I believe that everyone has a harmful and negative core belief. We have great belief systems, rational belief systems that we may have about ourselves, but I believe that we all do carry a core negative belief. And so, again, like I said, I take my clients through the processing of their core negative belief. If you wish to learn about your core negative belief, please leave a comment, connect with me, subscribe. I'll be able to follow up with you and we can process through core negative beliefs. I would love to do a segment, a live segment, a live stream, and or Zoom with core negative beliefs. And so tell me if this is something that you're interested in. I love to be there to be supportive. And again, like I said, I am dedicated to providing you with insight, education, and of course, those coping strategies just to help you to be able to navigate through life challenges. All right, and so please subscribe. You can share my video. You can leave a comment. Please provide a way for me to contact you so that we can have one-on-ones and or we can do live streaming and I can have a live Q&A and we can process these things together. Core negative beliefs are a central way of how we view the world, and it's our core, and we can end up in certain situations. And so understanding your core negative belief will help you in how you show up in the world, giving you the insight needed to making better life decisions, relationship decisions, and hopefully improve your mental health wellness. And so please reach out. Let me know if there's anything more that you would like regarding core negative beliefs. I hope this information was insightful, and I look forward to bringing you more mental health insight and education next week. You all take care, and we'll talk soon.